Hi guys, Mike here at MS Tutorials. Welcome back to part two of modeling a kid's cart. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we are going to add some brackets underneath here to hold this guy in place, okay, to kind of limit the rotation of the front wheels, if you know what I mean. All right, cool. Now, to some extent, we can use this guy, and it's always good practice to use things that you have already made to save time. So we're going to hit Control D to duplicate that, W to pull it out, like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click, go to face. We're going to select these and these. And we're going to delete those and just clean this up here. These as well. There we go. And then we're going to right click, go to object mode. Okay. We're going to hit E. We're going to rotate it over to, let's see, where do you go? To minus 180. Like that. And I'll just go up to modify center pivot to make it a bit easier. Excuse me. And we're going to rotate it again to minus 90. And let's start to bring that in so we can see where we're at. I have to zoom in. And as you can see, it's quite large. Okay, so we're going to bring that in. So I hit R to scale it down. And let's see, we're going to hit W to move that up. And let's just figure out where we want to position this. Okay, now it's going to be halfway, so just hit F to zoom in. So that would be about right. And then let's see, we'll do one about there. We do need to make it a bit bigger and thicker, so we're going to hit R to scale. Let's scale that out a little bit. And let's just see where we're at. And we're going to move in to right click face to that one and that one, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, and we're going to scale that out. Okay. Then right click object mode, hit W and pull that up. And as you can see, we need to move in to cover our bracket. Pull that up a little bit. Looks like we need to position it on this one, which is fine. We just have enough clearance, looks like. Maybe that's a bit tight. So what we'll do is, we got that guy selected, edit mesh extrude. That's a bit much. 0.1, that's way too much. 0.01, that's a bit better. And as you can see, we need to bring it a bit down. It's hitting our bracket right there, okay? So for that, we're gonna right click, go to vertex, switch to this view right here, have to zoom in, and we're gonna drag select all of that, hit W, and we're just gonna bring it down just a little bit, which gives us enough clearance. There we go. And then we'll take this guy, right click object mode, Control D to duplicate, bring that over, and move that up there, hit R to scale it down, F to zoom in. All right, excuse me, Control D to duplicate. I have to zoom in. All right, and then we're going to take these two and this one, mesh, combine, modify center pivot. From our top view, we're going to position that pretty much halfway that second board, and then we're going to hit Control D, and we're going to move it over there, and we got the same going on right there. Okay, so this will allow this front section to rotate to the left and to the right, but it does have a restriction. Okay, so it can't go all the way and hit the cart. That's kind of the idea behind that. Okay, all right, then for the sides, we're going to take a polygon cube, and let's just drag that out and make it a board. There we go. From our top view, let's bring that out to almost to the edge, and we'll push it back again, almost to the edge. Right click vertex, take these two and drag that out to here. Right click object mode, Control D to duplicate, and bring that over here. Let's check our height. 1 and 2. That looks all right. And maybe height wise, we can give it a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to right click the vertex. Actually, let's combine these two first. 1, 2. Mesh, combine. Right click vertex. Drag select these top vertices. Just to give it a bit more body. Okay. Right click object mode. Mesh, separate. Control D to duplicate that guy. Pull that out. A to rotate that to -90. Modify center pivot. We're going to hit W, and we're going to move that in. And then from our top view, let's move that over there. Bring that down. And then right click vertex and bring that up. I have to zoom in. Right click object mode, hit W and move it out just a little bit. Okay. We got object mode, Control D to duplicate. Pull that out to the end. Right there. Okay. So that's what we got so far. Excuse me. Okay. A few more details that we need to add. We're going to reinforce the sides a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these guys, Control D to duplicate, pull it out, E to rotate it upwards to 90 degrees. And then from our side, we're going to hit W, we're going to bring that up. And let's go and modify. Oops, that's not the right one. Modify center pivot. Okay. So let's just quickly check that from this view. We're going to bring that in. I have to zoom in. Let's decrease the thickness a little bit. So hit R, scale it back, hit W, pull it up. And then we're going to right click our vertex, select the top vertices. And just keep it slightly under that edge. All right. So we're going to right click at object mode, hit Control D to duplicate. 5 for shaded mode. Turn off my X-ray, which will allow me to align it with that guy. And Control D again. And Shift D to do it again. Just wondering whether we need to have all of them or just a few, but just to be consistent, Control D and one over here, okay? Just make sure that they're aligned okay. So hit 4 for wireframe mode. That one looks okay. That one looks okay. This guy looks okay. And this guy needs to move, looks like. Hit W and move it just slightly. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit Control D to duplicate. W to move over to this end. F to zoom in. All right. And looks like this guy needs to come in just a little. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So we got all that. Excuse me. Now for our handle. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in our polygon menu with create polygon cube. Let's bring that up. And then from this view, let's bring that down and in. F to zoom in. R to scale down. To about there. Right click vertex. Bring that down here. And then right click object mode. Mesh tools, insert edge loop tool, option box, multiple, and we'll do 3. Hit Q on our keyboard. Right click vertex. Select those 3 and bring them down. And then we'll select the one in the middle and bring that one down. Let's just check and see what we got. Okay. All right. Right click object mode, hit R, scale it in, and hit W and move that in. F to zoom in. Needs a little bit of tweaking, as you can see. Modify center pivot. Let's bring that up just a little. Hit R, scale it in, and W to pull that out. That looks about right. And then we're going to right click at the face and go to edit mesh and extrude. Hit R, scale that in. G to repeat, W to pull out. To about there. And then we're going to move that in. A bit more until it's hitting this side of our card. Okay. All right. And then we're going to right click, go to vertex, select these, hit E, and we're going to rotate that. And now we just need to create a handle. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, so for the handle, what we'll do is we will create a, let me think how it works best. We'll create a simple cube. We'll pull that up, bring that in, and just check to make sure that this guy is straight, and it looks like it is. I'm going to pull that up. I have to zoom in, R to scale down, and up. And then we're going to go to Mesh Tools, insert Edge Loop Tool, and we'll do 5. And we'll add them right there. Q on our keyboard, right-click Vertex, select these 3, hit W and bring that up. I have to zoom in, right-click Face, 1 and 2, edit Mesh, Extrude, hit W, oops, looks like I had the wrong handle, and there we go. And then we're going to hit G to repeat, W to pull down, and R to scale in. And now let's see if we can align this with our handle. So G to repeat, W to pull down, G to repeat, W to pull down, and R to scale in. And that should be about it. And then G to repeat and W to pull down. Okay, and then we're going to right click, go to object mode. We're going to pull it over just slightly and push that down to about there. And then we're going to hit R and we're going to scale the whole thing in just a bit. Move it back a little and move it down. Okay. Now we're not at the right angle yet, as you can see, so we're going to move that in. And we're going to check it from this view. F to zoom in, E to rotate, and W to move in. Let's see what we got here. That's fine. Maybe we need to bring it in just a bit. Okay, we're going to hit 3, hit 1 to go back. We need to reinforce that a little bit. So Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, Option Box, Single. We'll do one there and one there. One both ends on this end. Q on a keyboard, right click object mode and hit 3. That looks better. Okay. So now that we have this, we are first going to apply some standard shaders, and then we're going to UV the section that we want to have textured with 2D files, and then we can texture it. Okay. Just not quite happy with this guy just yet. Hit 1 to go back because it looks a little bit small. Okay, so we're gonna right click, drag, select this. Object mode, hit 3. Yeah, slightly better. Okay. All right. Excuse me. So for the wheels, all right, what we're going to do is we are going to make them black rubber. So I'm going to select my 4 wheels, right-click, assign new material. Just give that a sec. He's thinking about it, looks like. There we go. Mia underscore X. Presets. Come on. Where's my material here? Right there. Presets, rubber, replace. Okay. And while I'm at it, I'm going to hit 3 to smooth these guys out. Okay. And before I do anything else, I'm going to select the whole thing and go to Edit, Delete by Type, History, and Modify Freeze Transformations. Okay. All right. So for the wheels, assign new material. We're going to do a blend. And let's make that candy red. And let's increase the reflectivity a bit. Let's do 0.8. Okay. Then we have these nuts. All right. Assign new material. MIA. Material tab. Presets. Chrome. Replace. Okay. For our frame, and we'll just select all those pieces. Looks like we got all of it. Okay. We're going to right click, assign new material. We'll do a, excuse me, a blend. And we'll make that black. And again, we'll increase reflectivity to about 0.8. Okay. So that should be good. Now, this section here, this is going to be wood. And we'll take the handle here, assign new material, blend. We'll do candy red again, but not so red as the rest. Okay. All right, so we got that so far. Now let's get into the wood part. Okay. So I'm going to take this first board here. We're going to go to create UVs, planar mapping. Okay. Right click object mode, assign new material. We're going to go with I think a blend. We're going to try and make it somewhat reflective, not too much. So we're going to bring the reflectivity down to about 0.3. And we're going to hit our checker box. We're going to select File, select our folder. And on my desktop, I have this texture right here. Okay. We're going to hit this guy. So you can see that it's not positioned correctly. So I'm going to select it. Go to Edit UV, UV Texture Editor. Okay, and if we scroll out, we see that this needs to be rotated. So we're going to rotate it twice. Still not quite there yet. Let's see what's going on. Right click UV, drag select. Okay, so let's rotate that again. Not quite happy with that. Let's try automatic mapping. That's much better. Okay, right click UV, drag select it, rotate, rotate, hit W, bring that in. Okay, and we're going to hit R, and let's see what that will give us. Now there's some repetition going on, and the good thing is that I have that seam that I can hide, right? So I can hit W and try to move those seams out a little bit. That's all right. Okay, cool. Not so cool on the inside, but we'll fix that. So next, right click face, select that guy. We kind of have the same challenge there. Hopefully I'm not moving this guy. Good. Okay, that's all right. Okay, then we're going to take this guy, object mode, assign existing material, which would be our blend 4. And as you can see, totally different pattern, which is good because we don't really want it to be the same everywhere. Like select that guy, existing material, blend 4. Okay, let's see what's next. So we're going to take these guys and let's see, just close this one down right here. Okay, so we're just going to go with these to start with. So this one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Right click, assign existing material, blend 4. Okay, oh, forgot one. All right. Now the thing there is that the wood motif, if you will, is identical, and you typically want to avoid that. I'll just do this one as well. So what we're going to do there is we're going to take one of these. We're going to go to Edit UVs and UV Texture Editor. Let's hang on. First, we're going to do automatic mapping. There we go. We're going to take that, edit UVs, UV texture editor, right click UV, drag select, hit W and move that over a bit. And as you can see on our floorboard there, we need to rotate that. So rotate, rotate, which will give you a very different effect. Okay, let's minimize that. We'll take the next one, object mode, create UVs, automatic mapping, object mode, edit UVs, UV texture editor, come on. Right click UV, drag select, hit W, pull it over a bit, rotate, rotate. Let's compare these two. Yes, different pattern, but we're still gonna move it a little bit. It's not supposed to look too identical. And we're gonna focus mainly on the parts that are very visible, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'll take that one, create UVs, automatic mapping, edit UVs, UV texture editor, right click UV, drag select, rotate, rotate, hit W, bring that up somewhere around here. Okay, and we'll do this one. Create UVs, automatic mapping, edit UVs, UV texture editor, right click UV, drag select, hit W, move that over, rotate, rotate. Let's bring that one down here. Should give us a bit of a different effect. Okay, not bad. All right, these end pieces look okay. Now let's focus on these guys. Object mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Assign existing material, blend 4. Okay, well, depending on how you are going to render your shot, I mean, I'm not going to fuss with these. They're not going to be in my shot. If you're going to use it in an animation, obviously you need to tweak all of them, okay? But just for time's sake on this tutorial, I'm not going to do that, okay? So right-click Object Mode. We're going to select this one. Create UVs, Automatic Mapping. And what I'll actually do is I'll just select all of these. Automatic Mapping, there we go. Object Mode, Edit UV, UV Texture Editor. Right-click UV, drag select. And let's rotate that. Yeah, not bad. And you can go obviously into much more detail if you want, and you can tweak the sides and the tops and so forth, all depending on your needs, okay? So we're going to edit UV in this guy, drag select, rotate, rotate, and then I'm going to hit W and try to avoid that seam there. Just want to make sure that it looks different. Okay, we can actually leave one of them like that. Take that one, edit UV, UV texture editor, right click UV, drag select, rotate, rotate. Yeah, we'll do that. This one is kind of sticking out. Right click UV. Trying to avoid that seam there. Okay. All right, one more. This guy, object mode, edit UV, right click UV, drag select. And obviously you're getting the front and the back and the top and all that stuff right now. But like I said, if it's not going to impact the shot that you're going for, that's fine. You know, when you're doing an animation or you're doing close-ups, make sure that you tweak each and every individual face, okay? Just to make it look proper. All right, so I'm just gonna rotate that, move that up. Not too far up. I don't want to have that seam. There we go. All right, and this is pretty much going to be my render angle, so that's fine. This guy, I think I'm going to make that black. So that's our blend 2. Existing material, blend 2. The handle's already red, okay. A couple of small elements that we need to deal with. These guys, okay. So we have one, oh, that guy is combined, hang on, mesh separate. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Come on, mesh separate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, assign new material, MI material X, material tab, presets, Chrome, replace. And I'm going to need a few more of these. So I'm going to take this guy, hit Control D to duplicate, W to move out and up, modify center pivot, rotate minus 90 degrees. I'm going to hit W, I'm going to bring that in towards my wagon or cart or whatever it's called. Okay. And let's bring that in here. Bring that out. Okay. So I'm going to bring that up to about there. Control D to duplicate. And we'll just check it from this angle to see if we are good. Yeah, pretty good. Okay. So we're going to take these two, Control D to duplicate. We're going to bring that down to about there. And maybe take all 4 of them and move them just slightly to the left. All right. Then we're going to hit 5 to go back. Control D to duplicate. Move them over here. Hit Shift D. Spacing is not exactly what I was going for, so I need to tweak that a little bit. Control D to duplicate again. And Control D to duplicate again. All right. Okay. Now we could do these at this end, but obviously, like I explained before, if it doesn't add any value to your shot, there's no need. Okay. So it looks like we got all of that. So we're just going to take our reference image, get rid of it, drag select the whole thing, Control G to group it. Let's create a floor, so a polygon plane. Hit R and scale that out and scale that out. Let's bring our cart up. So go to Window, Outliner, and there's my group. Hit W, bring that up, right there. Set up our resolution gate. That's about right. Go to View, Bookmark, Edit Bookmark. We'll just call that New, Apply and Close. So we can refer back to that if we need. Okay. Right click Face, select the floor, right click Assign New Material, Fong E. Let's make that white. I'm going to go up to Create Lights, Point Light, pull that up, hit 7 on your keyboard so we can actually see the light. Somewhere around there. And we're going to create lights, ambient light, hit W, push that way back over here. We're going to decrease the intensity to 0.1 because it's quite bright. Okay. We're going to go to our render settings. We're going to use mental ray because we use mental ray materials. We're going to increase the image size to HD 1080. In our indirect lighting, I'm going to select image-based lighting, and I'm going to select that file later. I'm going to use global illumination and final gathering, quality tab 1.5, and that is pretty much it. I'm going to select my image that I want to use here, my HDRI image. Let's see, where'd he go? Where'd he go? My HDRI, and I got this one here called Reno Suburbs. All right, we're going to go to View, Bookmark, New. Okay, and let's see how that works out for us. Okay, so we're going to do a test render and possibly the final render, but we'll see. And I'll just pause the video and see you guys when it's done. See you in a bit. All right, well, there you go. There's our cart. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you guys. If you got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll help you out if I can. And that said, thank you for watching as always, and I'd love to see you guys again. Bye.